Alrighty folks, due day, we are going to be hammering on this thing. The plan is to try to get the bed sides done with this lip. We got our bead roller now. The only thing we got to do is make a template so we can cut our sheet and well, basically we can get a nice cut for that thing done, and then we want to do a lighter gauge steel for the edge that we're going to do into here, the step down. So hopefully this all works out, but we might change it. I got another chunk of steel, so I'm going to redo this. I'm not happy with this part. I'm going to make something like that without a million cuts in it. Would be nice. And I don't know. We'll see where else we get. I would like to, at some point too, get this bandsaw going, because it'd be nice to use it to actually cut the side, but we'll play a little bit with it and see where we can get, if we can get that far or not. Anyways, kind of late. I never got any wood. I have some of this, I don't know, sheeting. I don't know what it's for, but really thin, not much good for anything. Tin left. I'm going to just trim a piece roughly what I think I need. I think it's too floppy and it may not work for what I want, but it's very easy to cut, so I think I'm going to try and template it for the first sheet on the back that I want to do before we do the lip, because I don't think I can do it all in one piece. So we'll do it as two pieces. Anyways, we got our stomp shear, and we're just going to set the forklift up just to kind of hold everything in place, because, well, that's a big floppy piece, and meh, you kind of get the picture. We'll probably have to trim this down because we only need it to be, well, so and so high up. But it's got to be like 6 feet or something like that. Not sure. I'm going to measure quick, and we're going to trim this up, and well, start from there, and then we'll slowly work our way in. We won't need the fender on. I'll probably take that off, and I'll just trim these brackets here for now, because we'll have to make some proper mounts and a floor and stuff and bolt the bed in later. But for now, we just want to get the flat visual that the fender is going to sit against. So we'll have to do that. We're going to have to trim around behind the wheel, and that way we can get ready to, well, we can just do this. We'll just get started. That's looking a little better. Actually, it's pretty nice working with this stuff. I was going to use wood. This is floppy, but it kind of works. The hard part now is to try to find a way to draw this line that looks consistent all the way. Like, I don't think my Sharpie reaches right in there. I have to come up with an idea to do that yet, so I can keep this consistent, and then we're going to trim it. I don't know if somebody made the comment or not, but I do dig it. I'm thinking I'm actually just going to cut a slice down this pipe. That way my steel can go straight into it and then get the illusion that I want. I want the pipe, see here, it just looks too flat and boring. I want the pipe to wrap around halfway or so. So if I did that, it'd be easy to weld the seam and my sheet would be nicely stunk into there. See, back here it's kind of semi-wedged in, which is fine. I'm still a little, this part's a little, I don't know yet. Like, I like this. This is like really big, but you do have to imagine when my cover's on it, it'll still have a little bit of, probably about a little less than original angle, but there's just always going to be a top on this thing, or like a vinyl, or I don't think I'll do steel. Like, I think vinyl just fits the fit with the build kind of thing, but yeah. So I overextended that, but it just whatever makes the truck look bigger. I dig it. So the sheet's good. So the next plan is find some way to consistently mark this thing all the way across. And I guess I'll start with a Sharpie because I can visually see it. And if I like it, I'll cut it out. And then, well, I guess if I like it, I'll cut it out, and then we'll work on cutting that slit so this piece fits into there. And yeah, be good. This is not going to have any kinks or nothing on the bottom. But because I'm using 16 gauge, that thing's going to be strong as heck for the side panel. There's a little weirdness with the fenders, so we might have to work the fenders because I don't know if the box just wasn't straight or, well, this panel's not straight whatsoever, but we'll have to work on that, but that's easy, no big deal. There was just the side to get this down. This still looks broken down here, but that's no big deal because we're going to build something here yet, here to the front. I'm guessing what we're going to do is do the running board, but it won't step down as much. There won't be any bump. I think a running board would look ideal. It just will look the part of the truck without the, I don't know what I'm saying. It'll look the part and the truck won't look so like it was sectioned or anything, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, let's get started here. See what we can do. That is cool. That is a cool touch. I dig that. Kind of made it a little floppy and weird a bit, but I don't know that I dig the roundness on the bottom. I think we'll build like the traditional kind of hump or something, because this, I want these to just about touch the ground. Same with the front. We'll cut and we'll extend that down, and then we'll kind of, I guess, I don't know yet whether it's a side pipe or we'll do, you know, the traditional kind of looking running board almost, come back and then have this one with the hump. I'm thinking the hump might be the way to go, because I do want to run side pipe. There's plenty of room under the cab, but I might have to hog this out a little bit to get the exhaust tips to come through. Well, mind you, there's a lot of room down here. Now that I think about it, I might not have to do that. Whatever. We'll figure this out later. That's not a big deal. That up there is nice. Back here, I'm pretty happy with. This thing kind of stooks into the pipe here. We might have to just notch it so it sits tighter to the fender. Unless we kick the back of the fender out just a little bit. That might be a thing. Get this closer to here. I mean, I could kind of, well, yeah, you can't really widen the front, but we could kick the back out a wee bit. But I like it. I think overall, other than just giving a little notch onto there, I think we're in the zone here. I think we're ready to commit cutting the good sheet. I think I have to do a little bit of trimming. It's a little wavy. I don't think there's much we can do about that. I'm hoping that this piece that I make, I got to get this piece nice, because the piece I make here, I'm going to have it come underneath and then it'll spot weld in there, and then this will just get a little schmooze all the way across to kind of give it a seamless blend. That is still a little big and boring right there. But I'm using 16, so I cannot bead roll onto that whatsoever. I think once there's some kind of a step coming down to whatever side pipe, that might make this look a little less busy, or a little more busy. Looks a little plain right now, but cool. So we're gonna take some scissors or a grinder here. I am gonna trim these little edges a wee bit because it's got a little bit of a wave to it. I want to fix that a little. We'll take that little notch out in the back, and then, well, what we should do is take this to the other side. Make sure my sides are the same. That's a normal thing. My truck's always different from side to side. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll like it be a surprise when I put it over here and it doesn't quite fit, and we have to adapt. This is how she goes. All right, cool. Well, let's work on that for a little while. well, I like it. That worked out pretty good. This upper lip will be a little tough, but shouldn't be terrible. I think I got to get some construction paper or something so I can tape it, and then I can get a proper line. I guess I could use that stuff, but I want to actually have it tip over, and then we'll zap it to the inside edge. Now, the way I have the fender, I kind of like, because then that would get this outside here, so the box would actually taper out, but you would never notice it because the lips are so much bigger now. So I was trimming the bottom here. I'm going to trim it some more, and I want to actually pull this fender out so it actually comes kind of here, and then like I wanted before, then this line can disappear. So this fender will get, this lip will end up here, and by the time it gets down here, it'll just disappear because we'll have it straight but out that way. And then I think the fender will smack on it. The fender will kind of boogie out a little, but you'll never notice it. I like it. I think it'll work. But I got to get some stuff tomorrow, and I don't feel like cutting more of this up, so it kind of, right now it just is what it is. The table was not too bad. I just had to pull my vise off it, and then it turned into like, and I got a piece of angle iron underneath there, but then it was like a nice working level. We just need to put some support back here. We'll have to tomorrow test this piece out, make sure it jives with the other side, and then we'll do the same thing. I have like this big industrial, like a nibbler. I don't know, I didn't want to experiment on there. I think I'll give it a try tomorrow. Might be nicer to cut than with the grinder, but kind of just is what it is. That baby's pretty cool. Alrighty folks, we temporarily have this wired up. I still got to put that cover back on. But we have success. So I've mounted my VFD up here, and we can change the speed via this thing, because that's a 3-phase motor down there. Anyways, I have this thing turned down pretty slow. This thing actually turns a lot faster than I thought. If I put it up to full speed, it'll cut wood nice, but it's too fast for steel. Anyways, via here we can turn this down. I'm told you'll lose torque if you do this, but... Oops, turn it too far. Oh. Have to restart it here. Let's turn it to like 12 or 15 or something like that. Let's go. It's not bad. I think it should be slower. Like maybe that for cutting steel. Slower the better, honestly. I don't know, like cutting this, it still has plenty of torque, so I just gotta get a blade now that's about humongous for this thing. So I mean, it works for wood, cool. But that thing still works that way, but yeah, I want to go get me a steel blade made, and then I can kind of do some steel work with this thing. Awesome. Awesome. I got to hook up like just a power switch to it, and I want to just wire directly in yet, but hey, one off the checklist. I'm pretty pumped. That thing should work well. We'll find out when I get a blade for it. Well, I'll be darned. I actually built something and it's the same side to side. All right, I'm gonna go trace this thing out and do the same as the other side now. that worked out well. So we got that fitted. I think we got to do some more trimming out on the bottom, because like I say, I'd like to kick the edge of the box out more. We'll try to match up to here a little bit. That'll give us a smaller taper. Because the box is going to be covered, you won't notice that it's out. At least I don't think so. I'll kick my fender out a little bit. I don't want it this much out, but we kind of need to get the tops done to get the rigidity back here. But right now it's a floppy mess, but it's doing the part. That sheet did everything it was supposed to do. It's awesome. Well, I was going to use my bandsaw to try to cut this side, but then I got a blade the other day, but it's too small, so I have to get a new blade made again. Not a big deal. And then I was going to use the nibbler, but this thing I guess can't do 16. It doesn't even fit into there to do 16. So I'm guessing this is for like just a smaller tin like that for the most part. Well, unfortunately, I think this took a lot longer than I thought. We haven't got to the top, and I still haven't got material to make it. I guess I could use that same steel to try to make the top edge, but I think I need a little bit of flexibility to it, that paper or whatever would do. We'll do some construction paper. We could use our CAD, but I would need a lot of them to do that. And paper might be the best, because then I can at least string that out on a single, hopefully I can fit it on an 8-foot, well, it should be 8-foot piece. I guess if we have to, we'll split it. It's not the end of the world. My goal is to have it here, here, and lipped in. That way we can zap it, tack it, and then once we schmooze it down here, you never notice the edge. So yeah, other than that flat spot, it's something that kind of bugs me, but we'll see in the finished product if it's still... I think once we add some stuff down there, that won't be so bad. Anyways, folks, I think that's where we're going to leave this one. So, as always, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.